Hi guys, welcome back to a new video. If you're new to my channel, my name is Busola. I'm a final year medical student living in Nigeria. I make videos about medical school, health and lifestyle generally. If you've not subscribed to my channel, I honestly don't know what you're doing, especially if you're a medical student in Nigeria. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do that now. I have a lot of videos already, so please go ahead and check all of them out. In today's video, like the title says, I'm going to be doing the part 2 of the textbook recommendations video I did a few weeks ago. If you've not seen the part 1, I'll link it here, so please go ahead and check it here or in the description box. That video is pretty much a textbook recommendations for preclinical students. So if you're a clinical student from 400 level to 600 level, then this video is definitely for you. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the video. In fourth year, you do 2 major courses, and those are pathology and pharmacology. So I'm going to give in textbook recommendations for these 2 major courses that are done in 4th year. So before we proceed, I just wanted to give a shout out to Ibe, Tawa and Daniela. I actually reached out to them for this part of the video, for the textbook recommendations for 4th year, because they are all in 4th year and I felt like their input was going to be very needed, because if I'm going to be very honest, 4th year was the most confusing year for me in medical school. So I didn't want to come on here and just like give you guys textbook recommendations that I actually wasn't sure of. So I had to reach out to them, and they pretty much gave me some textbook recommendations and gave me their reasons why they love this textbook. So I'm just going to be sharing that with you guys. For pharmacology, I'm going to be recommending 2 textbooks. The first one is Katsong and Trevor. Like I said in the last video, the part 1 of this video, medical students pretty much know textbooks by the names of their authors and not the actual names of the textbooks. So that's what I'm also going to be using in this video. The first textbook is Katsong and Trevor, and this textbook, I actually read this textbook a lot actually, and it is very detailed, very extensive. It contains pretty much everything that you need in pharmacology, if we're going to be very honest, and it is very good. It may be a little harder to understand than the second one I'm going to say, but if you are trying to be a distinction student in pharmacology, then this textbook is definitely for you. So the second textbook is Lippincott Pharmacology. This textbook is very simplified, it's easy to understand. So if you're doing, say, a new topic and you just want to get like a baseline knowledge, easy understanding, then definitely do Lippincott. But like I always say, just buy one of these textbooks and have the other one in hard copy. You don't need to buy every single textbook. That's the purpose of this video. So for pathology, you have sub courses in pathology. It's not just one broad course, it's divided into sub courses, and these are anatomy, chemical pathology, hematology and immunology, and microbiology and parasitology. So I'm going to be giving textbook recommendations for each of these sub courses. For morbid anatomy, I'm going to be recommending 2 major textbooks, and the first one is Baby Robins. The reason why they call it Baby Robins pretty much is that there's a bigger Robin. So there's the Robbins and Cochrane and Just Robbins. The Robbins and Cochrane textbook is the larger textbook. It's very big, it's huge, you guys, and it is more detailed. Like it goes into detail about every single pathology, goes into like extensive detail. And then there's the Baby Robbins, which is like the smaller version of the Robbins, more summarized than the Robbins and Cochrane. Baby Robbins is a better textbook because it just helps you understand what you need to understand fast. Like for Robbins and Cochrane, it is such a huge textbook. You're going to waste a lot of time reading things that you may actually not need. It's actually like a very extensive pathology textbook. But if you are looking for distinction, like you are gunning that distinction seriously, then definitely do Robbins and Cochrane. I actually preferred Baby Robbins, to be honest. The second textbook that I'm going to be recommending is Timothy Pathology. I absolutely love this textbook, you guys. Absolutely. Like if you have exams, like you have exams soon and you just quickly need to get what you want to get, like you just want to understand things very fast, Timothy Pathology is the best for you, to be honest. Like it outlines things very precisely, and it just tells you exactly what you need to know. Like, you don't need to just be beating about the bush. It doesn't really explain much, if we are going to be honest, but it gives you exactly what you need to know, and it is very simplified. The diagrams are nice. I absolutely love this, you guys, and I would recommend for you to use it more for exams than for anything else. But I know people who actually just read Timothy Pathology, to be honest, and they were very fine. So you can do either one, but this is just my own recommendation. So now for microbiology and parasitology, the first textbook I'm going to be recommending, which I absolutely loved, you guys, is Made Ridiculously Easy. That's what we call it, because the name of the book is actually very long. Like, I think it's Microbiology and Parasitology Made Ridiculously Easy or something. So we just call it Ridiculously Easy. Like the name says, it is ridiculously easy, and they have jokes in those textbooks just to make it more interesting. I absolutely love it. It has diagrams. It helps you understand microbiology and parasitology very, very easily. It's pretty much like micropara for idiots, if you are going to be very honest. Absolutely amazing. You should totally get that book. The second textbook I'm going to be recommending, that I actually did not read, but I've been told that is amazing, is Limping Court's Microbiology and Parasitology as well. Apparently this textbook is very easy as well, and it helps you understand whatever it is you need to understand very fast. And I feel like for microbiology and parasitology, you just need an easy textbook, to be honest. You need something that will simplify all these things for you and help you understand it more, because there's a lot of cramming in microbiology and parasitology. So anything that will help make your life easier, then definitely I'm all for that. Another textbook I'm going to be recommending is Jawet's. There's a guy in my class that was actually nicknamed that. I don't know why, to be honest. I should actually ask. I don't know why, but his group members probably know why, and it was nicknamed Jawet's. Even till today, they still call it Jawet's. Jawet's is a more extensive microbiology textbook. It's not as easy as the other two textbooks that I've recommended, but personally, I would not advise it. But I think that's just me, because I wasn't a huge fan of micropara, if you're going to be very honest. The last textbook I'm going to be recommending, and this one is pretty much for practicals in micropara, is the Atlas. This is great for your practical session of your micropara posting. So the practical session, you definitely need this textbook. Like it says, is an atlas, so you get a lot of pictures, you get to visualize a lot of the things that you are learning about, and it helps it stick better. So definitely get this atlas. Just have it in soft copy. Micropara is, if I'm not mistaken, just 1 month out of 1 year of your entire posting. So just get the soft copy, to be honest, and have it on your iPad, or your phone, or your laptop, and then you can just use it. I don't think you should buy the entire textbook just for that. For hematology, the only textbook I'm recommending is Essential Hematology. That's pretty much what a lot of us use. Is the most common hematology textbook. I personally didn't read it much because we had a lot of materials, a lot of class materials, so I read that more. But if you are looking for anything extra, then this textbook should be sufficient for you. Now, going to immunology. For immunology, you should definitely, I have just one textbook recommendation here as well, and it is Limping Court. The Limping Court textbooks are easy to understand, honestly, so definitely for immunology, use Limping Court. In my school, during my time in 4th year, again, like hematology, immunology had very extensive class notes, so I pretty much just read that as well. For chemical pathology, there's just one textbook as well that a lot of us use, and it's Crooks. This textbook is actually really good. I actually read it a lot. It's a really good textbook for whatever it is that you need in chemical pathology, so yeah, definitely get that textbook. Again, we had a lot of extensive class materials for chemical pathology as well, so I think that was really good for us. So you pretty much just read your class notes, class materials, and then whatever additional thing that you need, then I really just went to Crooks to get that. Now, moving to 5th year, again, I'm just going to be talking about the major courses. I'm not going to be going into subspecialties in this video. And the major courses that we did in 5th year were obstetrics and gynecology, pediatrics, dermatology, and psychiatry. So I'm just going to be giving recommendations for those 4 courses. So first of all, obstetrics and gynecology. This is my absolute favorite course in 5th year. I absolutely loved it. I had amazing teachers. I had a really good time in the unit and it was very interesting for me. So for obs and gynae, I'm going to be recommending 2 textbooks. First one is Agbola. It is a Nigerian textbook. It was written by a Nigerian and it is absolutely fantastic. So what you get in Agbola pretty much is you get Nigerian statistics or sub-Saharan African statistics. You get examples, like you see stuff like Elisha written there, as opposed to all these foreign textbooks where you just like a lot of the time you get to learn about worldwide statistics, and if they are even going to mention Africa, they mention Africa as a whole and not really delve into statistics concerning sub-Saharan Africa and even going in depth and talking about the country where you are actually practicing. So this textbook is absolutely good for that. It is an amazing textbook for O&G. I absolutely loved it. I read it a lot, to be very honest, and it's totally great, totally fine. So the second textbook that I'm going to be recommending is 10 Teachers. This is a very common textbook and I absolutely loved it, you guys. So 10 Teachers comes in 2 different textbooks. The obstetric textbook is different and then the gynecology textbook is different, so it's like 2 different textbooks, but you should definitely buy both of them. It is very explanatory as well, but it is not tailored to sub-Saharan Africa or Nigeria, so have that in mind. But yeah, definitely still buy it. I had Agbola and then I had 10 Teachers and I read them for different courses, and sometimes I even read them together. So yeah, I think that you should buy either one of these 2 textbooks and have the other one in soft copy, or you can even buy the 2, to be honest. If you are like me and you love O&G, then I would recommend that you buy the 2. Then the last textbook, that it's not a textbook, so I'm not going to call it a textbook, but lastly, I would recommend for you to, if your school has a synopsis that has been created by your medical students association, you should definitely get that. A lot of our professors, our consultants hate synopsis in any form. They hate it because they feel like we then don't read properly and then just focus on our synopsis, but I don't think that's true. I personally don't just read synopsis, but it is great for you to just get a very it's a compact sort of text. It's not even a textbook. I'm not even going to lie. It just lists different things. So it will list clinical presentation, list complications, list different things, list management steps, but it will not explain anything to you. So it is absolutely great for word rounds. If you are on word rounds, you can hold this, and if they are asking you questions, you can, if you have the chance, you can quickly just flip through and get what you want to get. So I absolutely love synopsis, you guys. My consultants will beg to differ, but it is the medical student's best friend. So if you have synopsis in your school, definitely buy that. So moving on to pediatrics, I'm also going to be recommending 2 textbooks here as well. The first one is Azubike. Azubike is a huge textbook. It was written by a Nigerian as well, so it gives you a lot of Nigerian African statistics, which is absolutely amazing, but at the same time it is extremely detailed, you guys, extremely. I don't think you would be able to actually read through the entire textbook. I don't think it's actually possible in the time frame that you have for that particular posting, but if you have sort of like a presentation to make and you want like extensive knowledge, you can read that topic in Azubike and you will have pretty much all the knowledge that you need. The second textbook I'm going to be recommending is Nelson. This is a foreign textbook. It is smaller than Azubike because Azubike is actually huge, but Nelson is also sort of like a big textbook. It's a great textbook as well. I didn't really read it much, if I'm going to be very honest. I didn't really read it much because I learned a lot just from the postings and our class. I had like an extensive class notes. I had a lot of class materials and a lot of notes from postings and word rounds and presentations and whatnot. So I got a lot of knowledge just from attending my classes, my lectures, and I didn't really read Nelson much, if I'm going to be honest, but it's a great textbook as well. I would recommend for you to just have this textbook in soft copy, honestly. Then lastly, like I said, buy the synopsis of pediatrics as well. Also really good. Now moving on to the next course, psychiatry. For psychiatry, I'm going to be recommending just 1 textbook, and it is the shorter Oxford textbook. It is amazing, extensive. Whatever it is you need as a medical student in psychiatry, you definitely get it in shorter Oxford. I read this book, I loved it. So yeah, definitely buy that book, and I don't think that you need any other textbook if you have shorter Oxford. again, I will always keep saying it, get the synopsis of psychiatry as well. And then lastly, for 5th year, I'm going to be recommending textbooks for dermatology. For dermatology, I have 2 textbook recommendations. The first one is Yetunde, and this textbook was written by a Nigerian as well, so it's very good for you as a Nigerian medical student. There are some things that are left out, to be honest. I read Yetunde and there were some things that I did not see in the textbook, but it's a great textbook regardless. I read it for most of my posting in dermatology and I enjoyed it. The second textbook I'm going to be recommending is Rooks. Rooks is also an amazing textbook. It's not Nigerian, it's a foreign textbook, but very detailed, very nice. I absolutely loved it. So yeah, you can get either one of the 2. So finally, we are in 6th year. So for 6th year, the 2 major courses that are done in 6th year are medicine and surgery. They are the 2 major courses. There are other courses, there are other subspecialties like ENT, like ophthalmology, like orthopedics, but I'm not going to be going into those. I'm just going to be recommending textbooks for the 2 major courses. For medicine, I'm going to be recommending quite a lot of textbooks for medicine, and to be honest, I feel like you need to actually just know what works for you, especially for medicine textbooks. You need to know what works for you. A lot of people have different, in my class, people read different things, to be honest. There's no one way to understanding medicine. There's no one textbook that is the holy grail. People just read different ones and different things work for different people. So I'm just going to be recommending a bunch of them. You can check them out and see whichever one works for you. First one is Davidson. I love this textbook because it's a huge textbook, but also it is not too extensive. You won't waste too much of your time reading Davidson. It helps you understand well enough. It is not that simplified, if we are going to be very honest, but it helps you understand well enough. The second one is Harrison. Harrison is a very extensive textbook. I read it sometimes. I don't read it all the time. I read it sometimes, especially for certain topics that I feel like I need in-depth knowledge on, like heart failure, stuff like that. I like to read Harrison for it. The third textbook I'm going to be recommending is Kuma and Clark. This is also very extensive, and personally I prefer Kuma and Clark to Harrison, to be honest. If I'm going to be very honest, I prefer it. It's very extensive, you guys. Like, these textbooks are, you know, like a particular topic will take like lots and lots of pages, because it just keeps explaining and it goes into a lot of detail. So it's not just for medical students, actually it's also for postgraduates. Like, if you are a resident and you are writing your exams, a lot of them actually read these textbooks as well. Medicine is such a broad course, so the topics are also very broad. Personally, I use all 3 textbooks like interchangeably. I use all of them for different things. Sometimes I may even touch on all of them for one topic. Then for the practical aspects of medicine, for like examination and clerking and whatnot, I have 2 textbook recommendations. The first one is Falashe. Falashe is a Nigerian textbook as well. I absolutely love Falashe. You know, all these clerking things that you should ask when you are clerking a patient, how to examine patients and whatnot, absolutely great in Falashe. You should buy that. I feel like all of us have it, to be honest. Like, it is very great, and our consultants absolutely love this textbook for us as well. The second one is Ochington. Ochington is a foreign textbook, but it's also really good. It's bigger than Falashe. Falashe is sort of like a small textbook, but Ochington is a bit bigger and is very great as well. Like, it gives you scenarios, it helps you understand what you want to clerk and whatnot. I have the 2 of them. I have both Falashe and Ochington in soft copy, to be honest, and I absolutely love both of them. Then lastly, I'm going to recommend the Oxford Handbook of Medicine as well. It actually looks like a dictionary. The handbook looks like a dictionary. It is very compressed, but you guys, the gems in this textbook, amazing. I feel like everybody should have it, especially if you want to write PLAB. If you are looking to write PLAB later in the future, like if you're a medical student that actually wants to write PLAB, you should definitely be using this handbook, Oxford Handbook, in your medicine posting in medical school. Absolutely amazing, you guys. It's really good. I love it so much. It's actually sort of like a dictionary, to be honest, but like a dictionary of all the different topics in medicine. So it's really good. You should totally buy it. Actually, not even like have soft copy. I think everybody should have it on hand, honestly. Like it says, handbook. Lastly, for surgery, I'm going to be recommending 3 textbooks. The first one I'm recommending is Bedo. Is it Bedo or Baja? I'm going to confirm and put it here. I'm recommending that textbook. It's really good. I've actually not done my surgery posting. I am yet to do surgery posting, but I know everybody swears by this textbook. It was written by a Nigerian, if I'm not mistaken, as well. Everybody has this textbook. Everybody uses this textbook. I can't really give you advice on what I think about the textbook because I've not done my posting, like I said. But from what everybody keeps saying, from the way everybody buys it, like it's like necessary, I think that it's an amazing textbook. The second textbook I'm going to be recommending is Belly and Love. Very extensive. I actually have read a bit of this textbook when I was in my 4th year for my surgery posting, for my first surgery postings. Really good, you guys. Very, very good actually. That time in 4th year, I actually thought that it was a lot because like I was very green and I didn't really understand exactly what I was reading, but I remember that it was very extensive. Then the last textbook I'm going to recommend is Browse. I actually have this textbook as well. Like I said, I've not done surgery posting, so I don't really have like any particular advice concerning it. But what I would advise is that just get all of them in soft copy and check them out. And then the one that you feel like is best for you, then definitely buy that one in hard copy, and you can just keep going back and forth between all your textbooks. So yeah, we've come to the end of this video. If you are a medical student and you've used any of these textbooks and you have some additional information about it, please comment in the comment section below. If I did not mention any of your favorite textbooks, because for clinicals actually the textbook options are very wide and people read all sorts of things and people enjoy all sorts of things. It is wider than preclinicals where just few textbooks are common. If I did not mention your fave, please leave it in the comment section and tell us why you love the textbook. I think it will help a lot of people who are going into these classes. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I absolutely enjoyed filming this one as well. This is the first time I'm filming this year, so that is very exciting. Please, before you go, give this video a thumbs up. It absolutely helps my channel get pushed out there and lets more people watch. So give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and yeah, share this video on your Instagram and tag me. It helps my channel as well. If you've not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. I don't know what you're waiting for, but hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to be kind to yourself and be kind to others. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.